Hello, lovelies. Today is Thursday, March the 19th, 2026. We just had the new moon in Pisces yesterday. So we're in that new moon energy today in Aries, and wow, I can really feel it. Super intense. It's taken me till the ninth day to actually put this video together for the yellow human Wavespell. And so much has been happening, and I'm sure it has for you too. How are you doing, human being? It's a wild ride right now, but it's so exciting as well. We've got so much coming in at this time. Can you feel it? It's just this amazing opportunity, this amazing light. And although it can be tough that, we've got to let go of certain things, people, relationships, work, it's all got to go if it's no longer in alignment with yellow sun evolutionary code that's beaming out. So I am focusing on dates. So I've made notes, but I'm going to start today with the magic as always. So we have cosmic time to shift. And we have perfect match, of course, as always, yellow sun, beautiful card, gorgeous, gorgeous card, and Leo. Total Leo. Really feel this Leo energy right now. And yeah, with Jupiter going into Leo later on in the year, around the time of the summer solstice, it is a heartfelt time to really have courage and come into our sovereignty. And if you're a Leo, or you have a lot of Leo in your chart, so maybe rising, maybe moon, this is the time of our lives to really focus on the magic, our creativity, and being the divine child free of the wounding pattern. Okay, so I'm going to start. I've made some notes this morning because there's a lot to cover. Also, I am creating a one-to-one coaching focus transformation program. Don't really know what to call it. But it's for the spring equinox. It's for all these magical, magical transits that are coming in at this time. So if you're ready to go deep and go into energy healing and emotional healing, please get in touch. I'll put a link below, or if you know me and you've got my number, message me, call me, let me know. 'Cause I can seriously just do this with a small group of people. And because when I'm working with you, I'm working with me too. And I've already been going through a huge, huge process with some wonderful clients at the moment. So, for those of you who are willing to go there, and that's what it takes, we've got to be willing to feel those feelings. And hey, if you haven't been feeling them this week, I don't know when you ever will, because, like I said, we're coming to this end of this epoch, this new moon in Pisces at the 29th degree. Wow, is that powerful? And so I'm guessing you will have had some experiences that match that this week. And I've been doing lots of tapping, lots of crying, lots of releasing that part of me, that young girl, that child that still feels these events from the past. That's why it keeps coming around. We have to keep repeating it. But also because if we are using the Gregorian calendar, then that keeps us stuck in a 12-step process. And this is why all these events are happening on the world and people are stuck in it. And the craziness of it all. Why on earth at this time, with all this education, material wealth, technology, why are human beings still creating huge trauma stories for other human beings? Because they're really, on one level, there's no need for it. But on another level, once you start to really understand how we work and how the universe works on a deeper level, why we keep repeating these stories, why the universe keeps bringing them for us, then that's a whole different perspective, and so important to understand this as well. Okay, so I'm going to start by looking at what's happening today. And so here we go. Here's a calendar. I'm in the process of co-creating with a lovely lady who is making new calendar and other resources for me because she's got the techie savvy that I don't have. I made this one with the help of my son, my Aries son, um, many years ago, and it works great. But I'm now creating a different evolution of this one. So lots of new beginnings around this as well, and it will be personalized for you. So again, this is just how it works. If you work with this calendar and you start to build your intuition muscle, you start getting in touch with your sacred feminine gifts, and you work with natural times, natural cycles, then you get wow synchronicities. And I've had some amazing ones this week as well. So life becomes a lot more magical when we focus on the universe and the energy and remembering who we really are rather than who we've been told we are by the current material American dream, for want of a better word. You know what I mean. If you're watching this, you know what I mean. Okay, so we are here today. By the way, you can download this for free as well, and I'll put a link on so you can do that. Make your own calendar, put it together, laminate it, and start doing the process just like I did in 2011. Start moving the blue tack and tuning in. This is where we are today. Yellow sun, planet is Pluto, Pluto in Aquarius at the moment, and the structure of power imbalance that we are now moving through. Very evident on the world stage. So, if you want to know more about your personal Pluto cycles, please get in touch with me. This is huge to know. And collectively, generationally, we have shared formats around that as well. So the group of people born in 1960s, generally speaking, have Pluto in Virgo. And so really understanding the Virgo mind, the sacred feminine mind, the goddess, the earth, and health, the detail about things without getting stuck in it, perfectionism, wanting to create something that is perfect, difficult to do. So, yellow solar, take that off so you can see it. Number 9 today. And so we have reached a major juncture. This is again key to one of the fabulous ladies that I am co-creating with at the moment. This is her Mayan day today, and she has been so wonderful and helpful with my whole storyline at the moment. And this is a great thing. Once you start meeting your tribe and working co-creating, seeing I am another you. We've got the same thing going on some level. Once you start working with that on a transformative basis, it's mind-blowing because you realize we all have similar stories. And this is what all of this is all about. Okay, so the number today of yellow solar sun is number 100. And yellow sun is the 20th Mayan sign. And so we go from Red Dragon, which is number 1, and we go through 20-day process. And during that process, we go through every single one of the galactic signatures. And each galactic signature has 13 expressions, tones, vibrations. As I said, today we're in number 9, so we can go to a whole different level of light with that. And so each one of these 20-day processes also has a number. And because this works in a spiral, it's not linear. Okay, so we don't go 1, 2, 3. We go 1, 8, 2, and so on, right the way along until we get to number 13. And so each process has an initiation, new learning, alchemy, how to become self-existing from this power imbalance, this Pluto power imbalance that we've been going through for thousands of years. And so by the time we get to the process that we're on now, we're just completing it today, we are on the 5th completion process. So we're mastering how to let go of our survival stories and how to thrive by aligning with the cosmic mother, which is the sun. And, to begin with, it does take some getting used to this process because it's based on the power of 20 and 13, not the number 12. And so it is about the cosmic shift. The more that we heal, the more that we can let go of these, literally let go of these past storylines. So we have now gone through 80 days since we began the very first yellow sun, which is resonant. And as you can see, it's a portal day. And also that we have gone through all these different patterns of yellow sun as well. And they all have a key significance in our own personal life. I'm going to be creating a document about this as well and posting it on my blog, flowwithjo.com. Okay, so we complete a larger cycle. So we've reached 100 days, which is a very important number. And just looking back on where this cycle started back on the 10th of December 2025. Just look at what you were initiating back then. Remember, this 260-day cycle is all about embodiment because it began in Sagittarius. So important to know about the sun. And the sun is the light bringer. There's so much talked about in the spiritual world, let's put it that way, in religion. But this is so key to understand about why the sun is so important. And there's so much information out there that isn't true about the sun because it's essential to our health that we go out in the sun, that we get the sun hitting the retina. It creates a whole process in our body, it activates our hormones, and we need to have it on our skin, of course, not in a way that's too much, not in a way that's going to burn us. But we also do not want to be using products that is not healthy for us. Far better to become wise about when to go out in the sun and when not to, and when to create shade rather than putting certain chemicals on your skin and then literally boiling them on your skin. That's a whole different dynamic. And so again, this is all about wisdom and becoming a wise human being and how we learn new information and how we unlearn information that we've been given that is not true, and it's designed to sell product, and it's also not designed for our health. Let's leave it at that. Okay. So yellow sun's where we embody the light. And so we embody the light, like I said, literally through the sun, also being out in nature and imbibing, which is a beautiful word, imbibing anything that has the sun in it. So plants that are grown in the sun, for example, essential oils from plants that are grown in the sun. What we're putting into our body, it becomes us. So becoming very aware of that. So when we're in nature, we have this radiant energy, we have this amazing experience, and that ancestor inside of us, before all of this cultural editing, let's put it that way, that part of us, when we're out in nature and we're away from things that are unnatural, that's when we really feel the benefit and we shine. So when we're away from all these signals and all this technology, and it's really important to make sure that we have that experience every day. Because we are just like everything else on this planet. We're just like a plant. You know, we need to go through this whole process of transforming light into food. So key to activating our energy body as well, which is important to realize about the weather and how it causes us to feel depressed if we don't get enough sunlight. Very important to understand all of those key formats around mind, body, and spirit, and how to optimize ourselves as a human being. So the galactic sun is where the evolution code comes. And again, this isn't in many educational packages right now. This is ancient wisdom. This is what Indigenous people know. And this is why there are sacred sites all over the world where people in the past worshipped the key time. So the equinoxes, and this is going to happen tomorrow, and it's going to be in Red Planetary Dragon, which is, we're seeing the manifestation of where we are as to our survival process, and also how we're aligning with this sun, with this cosmic process. And this really is about us. So we've been told as well that it's all outside of us, you know, that we have to do certain things in our society. That's how we feel good. That is not true. Feeling good comes from within, and it's about letting go of times when we have had experiences, had relationships from being born in this body and not feeling good because of our interactions with our environment, with people, and how that's made us feel over time. And as we get older, if we don't transform that, it gets bigger and bigger. and affects everything that we do, our behavior, our choices. Also, that we are embodying our ancestral patterns as well, which is why when you learn about your own personal coding and your astrology, your cosmology, and you learn transformation tools, then everything changes from that point. As we heal emotionally, the heart heals, and this is the spiritual coding right here. And so if you look at all the ancient civilizations, so for example, the Egyptians, who their whole process is about weighing the heart to allow us to go to the next stage using the Libra scales. It's a metaphor. We want our heart to feel light, to feel like we're living a wonderful life, a simple life, a real life that isn't dependent on anyone else in a codependent way, that we know that we can regulate our own feelings, that we have a choice, that we're not being dragged into other people's emotional stories. And we're, most importantly, we're not living from their lower vibration projection stories either. And this is happening in a big way, of course, right now. So when we focus on this, it changes our life, it shapes our destiny to do that. And again, this is complex in some ways, but in other ways, it is very simple. And every single person knows what needs transformation, what needs transforming, transformation, new word. Um, Everyone knows that, including very young people. And I have worked with very young people, and they always know what it is. So over time, we learn to disguise it. Over time, we learn to suppress it, push it down. We become depressed. We try to keep doing this old process, and it just gets harder and harder. And so this is, again, why it's so important at this time to really have that information to go deeper and understand what are the key elements that are seeking transformation. You know it, you feel it, and all this other extra info actually affirms it and gives you the evidence and gives you the structure as well. So yellow sun, as I've said, its planet is Pluto, and each 20-day process takes us through one of 13. We've completed the 5. You are now an expert on what has been happening to you over the last 20 days. We also had the amazing Saturn-Neptune conjunction. We have so many planets going into Aries now. We have some really amazing transits happening right now, such as Mars in Pisces, for example. We've got some amazing Kazimis coming in, which is real light language and power coming in right now. So now is really a time for drilling down and really connecting to the heart's desire, which is to feel joy, to feel love, to have simple interactions. It doesn't need to be complicated, as all the rock star records say, you know, it is all about love. It is all about feeling loved and enjoying life. We are completing the second 52-day process of Red Skywalker, creating heaven on earth through us as a conduit, as an incarnation of the divine at this time. We are here to change the earth by changing ourselves. And on the 24th of March, there's some amazing astrology again happening on that day. And also, we begin the 52-day cycle in the blue castle of transformation, which I'm just going to show you that. So here it is. It's in red serpents. It's about Kundalini. It's about what gets on our nerves in relationship, what the triggers are, how to rewire those triggers. And if you see, so there's the 24th. On the 25th, we go into 10 galactic portal days to initiate us going right into the center of the Zolkin. So again, I'm doing a 52-day process for women who are ready to transform. Again, I only have a small number of spaces at this time because I have to do a lot of coding and it takes a lot of energy to work on this deep level. I'm working on myself as well when I'm working with anyone else. So if you're interested, and time is now getting short, if I haven't worked with you before, I need to make some codes for you so that we can really focus on what it is you need to rewire at this time. I'm sure you're very aware of it because you've been having the experiences. Now we can really have the gift of the reframe, the true reframe of why things are coming into our life, take our power back and heal and use this time to ignite our dream, our passion for planet Earth through our own personal process, because that is how it works. So lots of love to you at this time and wishing you an amazing start to the solar year. It's what we came